Ah, now it's time to enjoy a beautiful vacation with my good friend Steph. Isn't it great to get away from Derek this week, Steph?
You know, I was just thinking the same thing. I feel the most free that I've ever been.
I
Being away from Derek.
know. Like, I'm relaxed. I don't have to worry about Derek's Florida bullshit. It's just finally we have some peace and quiet. I mean, I'm having a great time. We all went to a ski resort without Derek. Our feet are nice and cozy by the fire. We have hot cocoa or something. I don't like hot cocoa, but I don't know.
I do
what you're
know.
drinking,
I'll
Steph.
have it.
Oh,
Hey guys, what are you guys doing?
oh,
This is-
Sorry I'm late.
oh, this is
Well,
awkward.
you could be even later.
Oh, we forgot to send you the invite. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry.
Get into that.
I got this. Hello? Yeah, why didn't you send Derek to the other resort? He's here right now in front of me. Okay, I'll tell him. Right, okay, yes. Derek, we actually didn't go to Disneyland. We went to this fabulous winter resort without you, unfortunately. But if you're here, I guess we can do a podcast with all three of us.
Or I can just not be here.
I mean,
Jesus.
he already knows we're. You know what? Let's just restart the show. It's fine. We'll make it work, right? We'll make it
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, I think there's room by the fire.
Okay, fine, Dirk. Let's do this. Good news, everyone. The gang is back together. Derek is drinking his hot cocoa. But finally, the three of us are back together on the screen together. I'm one of your hosts, Justin.
I am clearly the favorite host among the three of us, Derek.
And I am one of the best hosts, Stefania.
Best host. Best host.
I said one of the best.
Uh-huh.
One of the
Keyword
top
is
three
one of-
best hosts, for sure.
One of the top 3 best
These
hosts.
days
Yeah.
will have like an American Idol style competition with us and our fans.
Now,
to see
hang
who's
on.
the best host of Still Scrolling. Welcome to Still Scrolling. We have so much to talk about. While we were away, Derek held down the fort with 2 amazing co-hosts who took our spot for Martin Luther King Day. For Martin Luther King Day, Derek had no black host, but that's okay. We'll make it
Yep.
work next year for February.
Listen, black is a state of mind, you know?
Oh gosh, Derek, turn up your mic real quick for me. But we do have so much to talk about. Since then, while me and Steph were out, mainly we're gonna have to get a little serious at the beginning of this episode. We're not gonna start with quick hitters. We have to talk about what's going on in Minneapolis. I don't know if the viewers have heard. I'm sure Derek and Steph have already seen what's going on in Minneapolis on our timelines. But if you haven't heard, ICE. Immigration, Custom, and Enforcement has just killed another person, a man by the name of Alex Peretti, and it is unequivocally clear to me that we have to abolish ICE. I don't know if the entire podcast agrees with me because we actually haven't talked about it because I've been on vacation. Steph was out too, but where were you guys when this news hit your timeline? I'll start with Derek.
I went to work out of a cafe kind of early morning because it happened at, I think, around like 9 o'clock ish. So I was like, let me go be productive outside of the house. And I went to a coffee shop to work out of. And as I'm like eating my scone or whatever it is, I see it on my feed and I'm like, oh, great. And basically it's been nonstop for the past few days. So that's where I was.
Steph, where were you? What happened when you heard the news that ICE has executed another person?
I don't remember where I was. This happened like a few days ago, right? 2 or 3?
Yes. By the time of this recording, it happened 3 days ago. Let me double check that, but yeah.
It was
Um,
Saturday, I think.
So
Saturday. Okay.
2 days ago? Yeah. This
Yeah.
is the 3rd day. Anyways, go ahead.
I didn't see anything because I wasn't really on like social media during the day. But at night the world news was on and I saw it there. We saw the footage someone was recording and yeah. It's like actually they looked back at it again um to see because Alex is a registered gun owner. Registered is a key word. He's allowed to carry. Um and he apparently was disarmed before he was shot. So that's pretty important to keep in mind. But yeah, I have to agree with everyone here. We got to get rid of ICE. Get get out. There's no point for you guys to be here. There's nothing that you do that will make anyone happy or satisfied, except for the president, apparently.
Mhm.
And you guys are not qualified to do what you are doing. You are not qualified. We've already had issues with police officers, actual police officers in this country, and now you're making it much worse by thinking you are a police officer and thinking you have those same rights as a police officer when you don't. You just literally have a high school degree and can shoot a gun and I passed some sort of test, whatever. And I want to also point out that the exam to be a police officer in this country, and I'm not sure if they have this for the ICE agents, but probably not. They don't have a very extensive, at least to my knowledge, mental exam to go through compared to other countries. Because I've heard and read that other countries have very extensive, thorough exams and tests they have to go through to become a police officer. And we just aren't at that level here, unfortunately. So the fact that like that's a police officer level and then these ICE agents think they are that, but don't need those same qualifications is frightening.
Pretty frightening. I mean, I've been like sitting and thinking about like this entire scenario, and I honestly don't know what the correct action is. But like, I mean, like,
In
I
what
guess
regarding ICE as a institution?
no, as in like us as like normal people going
Oh,
day to day. You know, I
yeah.
don't, I truly don't know what the next steps are. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Besides protesting, and they will kill you,
Hmm.
like legitimately kill you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
ICE.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Justin doesn't know. I think I should be and should not exist. Abolish
Hmm.
ICE. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Besides, I don't think we can wait until the next election to
Yeah.
vote people who want to abolish ICE because the next
Yeah.
election isn't for another year. The midterms, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well,
So, like,
you have
what are we like legitimately asking? What do we do besides protest and put ourselves in the firing line? You know, like,
that's the thing is that you want to protest, right? And people in Minneapolis, they're fighting for that, and I'm really happy to see that. But then there are some people that want to protest but are scared because they might get shot. You know? It could be anyone. This was an American citizen, number one, a registered nurse as well, someone who saves lives, especially cared for veterans as well, who got shot 7 times.
Hmm.
7.
The conundrum that we're in right now, where it's like, do we keep protesting? Do we still advocating? Do we still advocate and encourage people to show up and make signs and march? The fact that we're even questioning that is indicative of exactly where we are, where we don't have freedom of speech anymore.
Right.
where we don't have the right to bear arms anymore, apparently, right? Because when Kyle Rittenhouse did it, it was fine. They call him a hero. When MAGA gets together and do their little rallies with literal rifles around their bodies, there's no issue there. But now all of a sudden, this man was helping somebody else that had fallen over because of these ICE agents. He wasn't even approaching them. He wasn't even trying to attack them. He wasn't pulling his weapon. That, again, he was a lawful citizen. He was following the law. He was a registered gun owner. He had it on him. It was holstered. It wasn't an issue. Even that got him killed. And the kind of complexity of it all is that obviously it's not okay, but it's also incompetence, right? These men are not trained to be in these high stakes situations, right? We have trained police officers that sometimes make mistakes, right? Sometimes they aren't making mistakes and they're killing people, and it is brutality. But we have trained police officers that have careers that have made it a career to be police officers, and they make mistakes in these high stakes situations. Here with ICE, we have people that have been on the job for 6 months and are essentially being told by their higher ups, it's okay to break into houses. It's okay to rough people up. It's okay to deal with protesters, even though your purview is only immigration enforcement, right? So they feel emboldened to do this stuff, and they're incompetent. And their incompetence is really only surpassed by their evil and their cruelty. So it's the perfect storm for just more of this shit to keep on happening. Real quick, before we keep talking about it, I just want to mention that while this is the most recent killing that ICE has on their hands, it's not the first. In the last, I think it says here in 2026, but I think it might be incorrect. But the point is, Gerardo Lunes Campos, Luis Gustavo Núñez Cáceres, Luis Beltrán Yanez Cruz, Paradi Law, Victor Manuel Diaz, Herbert Sanchez Dominguez, Keith Porter, Renee Good, and Alex Preddy. Those are all people that have died at the hands of ICE. So it's not just this most recent one. It's just this is the latest in what looks like an unforeseeable, a never-ending chain of more murders to come, and it needs to stop. I think we need to abolish ICE. It's been around only for 20 years. It's not like this is not like a highly recognized institution of the United States. So yeah, let's get rid of it and figure something else out. You're muted.
Exactly. Especially that we've seen in this current administration, just entire departments just defunded and deleted. So it is possible. Like, it's truly like, I don't like I don't know what to do. I
Yeah.
legitimately don't know what to do. I mean, I've tweeting about it and like talking about it online doesn't feel like it's enough, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it almost feels performative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Look,
'Cause
I think,
don't know.
yeah, there's a couple things. A message to my fellow creators out there, right? Because I know that there is pressure as to whether or not you should post and if you should speak up, if you should not speak up. I think first and foremost, it's important that you speak up on things you are passionate about. Don't just speak up about something because you see everybody else doing it. If you truly feel this way, if you feel it's unjust and you want to say something, say it, right? If you're going to get backlash over it, if you're going to have people unfollow you and all that stuff, you don't want them as part of your audience anyway. Okay? Good riddance. But beyond that, right, it's important to also understand the actionable things that you can do when it comes to shit like this, right? To quote George W. Bush, right? Just send your cash, right? And it's true, right? There are organizations out there that take donations and they help the family of migrants or people affected by this kind of stuff with, financial assistance, food, legal representation, which is an important part of it all as well. If you're in an area or in a position where you can physically be there for people impacted, you can do that too. You can offer childcare. You can offer just moral support in being there. You can offer to drive them and pick them up and help them out in that way too. And of course, always sharing information and amplifying accurate information, right? Part of what leads towards the performative side of activism is when you're just posting something and there's no like actionable link or anything like that, right? So we want to make sure that we're spreading factual information that can actually lead to helping and changing things as well, right? Because you're right, Justin, right? Like it does sometimes feel like, especially where I'm at, I think where you guys are at too, there's not as heavy of a nice presence. So it feels almost like we're just talking about it and, we're not really doing much else. I think it's important to understand that no matter where you are, you can help, you can make a change. It's just knowing how to do it and executing on it. You're muted again, bro.
Oh, Justin.
My God, see, they're trying to silence us. Riverside is trying to silence our anti-ICE sentiments. I do want to say, I want to shout out to one of my mutuals, Matt Allen, sorry. His name is Nerd D. He was arrested by ICE agents for literally just flipping them off. There's a whole video online. He's literally just walking like next to them or in front of them, and he's just flipping them off, and he was arrested and tackled by ICE agents. And for literally, he was not armed with anything. He wasn't doing anything, just flipping them off. So Matt Allen, if you are listening, we're rooting for you. We hope you are okay. We hope that you are safe with your loved ones at this time. By the time of this recording, he did post to his Instagram that he's okay. He's out of ICE custody, but he's an American citizen. Something like this shouldn't even be happening to him, let alone anyone. So Nerdy, if you're listening, shout out to you. I saw the video. You're the only one of the only creators who's truly about that life. Truly about that life. But anyway,
aside from the political creators that like do it full time, which again, shout out to them, right? There's a few in particular. Mrs. Frazzled is one of them. Elizabeth Booker is another one. There's a few. There's a ton of them. They do this full time, right? Like they're not reporters, they're not journalists, right? But they are delivering updates on everything that's happening, and that is work. I've tried integrating more politics into my content, right? Because I want to find that intersection between pop culture and politics, and it takes a toll. It takes a toll not doing it full time, but just kind of trying to integrate it. I could not imagine doing it full time like that. It's insane. It fucks with your head. So shout out to them too, because it's important where the right wing, where MAGA, where the cultists have their own kind of social media sphere with content creators spreading the bullshit. Right, it's important to have the opposite of that to help kind of fight on the right side of things. So shout out to them as well. You may not always be in person protesting. A lot of them are, but you're definitely playing an important role as well.
True story. So the official stance of Still Scrolling is fuck ICE.
Yep.
Yeah, I came into this ready to talk about like logistics and what we can do and how we can actually abolish ICE, realistically speaking. But it's honestly not even that deep. Like, fuck ICE, abolish ICE. They've got to go.
Yeah. But
They gotta go.
No matter how much we say it, it's not going to happen. It's not like it's our
I don't
decision.
think that's true. I don't think that's true.
I have very little faith in this administration.
This administration, yes.
Yeah.
But we have seen literally institutions that are essential to government running the government just deleted because Trump felt like it. You know?
Yeah.
Here's the thing,
it is possible. You know?
It is.
But Trump likes them. That's the issue. He
I think it's
praises them.
possible to
He
delete
said
them in the next
in
administration,
the next,
maybe.
yeah, but we don't have that
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of time.
Yeah, we
What can
don't have
happen in
that
the
kind of
next
time.
2 years, you know?
Yeah.
Look what happened in a year just now. But
Mhm.
also, I lost my train of thought. So Derek, go ahead and say what you want to
Yeah.
say.
Just to your point, it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's hard to see something as monumental as that happening, but progress happens one day at a time, one voice at a
Yeah,
time, one
right.
post at a time, right? So little by little, right, we just got to stay the course. It is important to also recognize that in the last funding bill for ICE, 7 Democrats voted to fund them. A lot of
Ooh.
which have very Latino last names, that's a whole other topic. Children of immigrants should not be helping fund the literal Gestapo on the streets. But had they voted against it, they would not have gotten that funding. The Senate now votes on that same bill, and there's already talk about it not passing the Senate because of what happened over the weekend in Minneapolis, on top of what happened, way too many times already since ICE has been operating at this level. So there is hope. Um, Little by little, it's just continuing the fight, right? It's harder to convince people that they have been fooled than it is to just fool them. And that's where we're at right now. We're dealing with 70 something million people that voted for this man, for this nonsense, for this chaos, that thought that they were doing right. And they are right now in that situation where it's harder for them to believe that they caused this than to then just accept. It's easier for them to just say, like, I did the right thing, than for them to accept that they caused all of this chaos and nonsense. So little by little, we'll get there. We'll get there. We just got to stay the course. Alisa made a really good point on the last episode, right, about hope. They're counting on us to give up. They're counting on us to just lose hope. We can't do that. Superman came out last year. Okay, so just think of Superman.
Oh yeah,
Believe in that.
Supergirl this year.
And we have
So
Supergirl this year, and she's
even more
probably gonna
hope.
whoop a lot more ass
Yeah, exactly.
than
So
Kal-El. So we can do it,
right.
guys.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of whooping a lot more ass, it is time for Steph's favorite segment, Quick Hitters. We talk about all the quick stories that came out last week that don't really justify a whole segment on. Are you guys ready for some quick hitters?
Hit me.
I was ready,
No,
born
this is
ready.
2025. I'm not hitting a woman. That'd be terrible.
It's
Jeez.
2026, but if she wants it, it's consensual. You're good.
No, no,
Jail.
no. See,
Immediate jail.
see, this is why we can't have nice things. Anyways, speaking of hitting things, did you guys hear that TikTok has new ownership, is now owned by Oracle, and with 80% owned by Oracle and MGX, and that switched over the weekend, and TikTok has never been more broken than it is now. Steph, is this a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I'd say that's a thumbs down because, well, with TikTok being broken, your algorithm's all messed up. You're seeing random stuff that you don't want to see, and it's just not a good time. I myself have not been on TikTok in a while, so I have not scrolled on it in a while, so I don't know what my feed looks like right now.
What about your
But-
loyal
Blasphemy.
fans, Steph?
Blasphemy.
I know, I've just been on Instagram a lot more. Yeah.
Rough. So
Yeah.
sorry. So you're
I'll
seeing
get back to
memes,
it.
like
I'll get back to
3
it.
weeks late.
I'll get back to it because it's a big X-Men year, guys. I gotta come
It is
out
a
of
big
my
X-Men
hiding
year.
place.
We gotta get those cosplays in check. Derek, is this a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
This is a huge thumbs down, but it's also I'm not surprised, right? Like, oh, Trump's friend bought TikTok and they're incompetent. That's no surprise, and that's just like best case scenario. Worst case scenario, they're like using this outage to like data mine our information and location and details, No
they
big deal.
already had that info. It's
Yeah,
just
I know.
like
Yeah.
I tried posting over the weekend and like all of them
Mhm.
0 views. Nobody saw
Yep.
them. Like, what is happening? It's
I
never
posted this
been this
morning,
broken. You know, like what the
0.
heck is happening? I don't know. Like, don't post until it's fixed, but that we got to keep it moving. Speaking of keeping it moving, did you guys see the Oscar nominations for last week? A lot of big surprises, a few upsets, but Sinners got the most Oscar nominations of all time, counting in at 16. Timothy Chalamet was nominated for Best Actor, but Wicked got a nothing, was shut out. Derek, is this a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I think it's a solid thumbs up. I think it's a solid thumbs up. Wicked Part 2, Wicked for Good has the same issue that the musical has with the second act, right? They made changes to the ending and it just does not slap the way that the first Wicked movie did. So, I think it's fine. I think it's fine it didn't get nominated. I'm glad Sinners got some nominations. The voting for the nominations took place the day after the Golden Globes aired, so I think that might have had something to do with it. I think people were like, "Oh,
Interesting.
okay, yeah." Which is kind of similar to last year, how Emilia Perez, all that controversy came out after the Golden Globes. So by the time they were voting for the Oscars, I think people were like, "Nope, this isn't a good movie, actually." So yeah, I think we're in a good spot with the Oscars. I'm happy with it. I hope Sinners wins. Some of the more important stuff, they don't just get like best best casting or whatever, but actual, best picture maybe, best supporting actress, something like that.
True. Steph, is this a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I think this is a thumbs up. I'm excited for Sinners. I'm glad that they got the most nominations, set a record because I absolutely loved that movie. I think it was my favorite movie of last year. Um, and they deserve all the support and hype that they get. It was really well done. Um, and Wicked for Good just wasn't as great as the first one. But that tends to happen in Broadway shows where the first act is always better than the second act. A lot of the time it happens. Wicked is the same thing. I have never seen the stage production of it, but I heard even in the show, the first act is better than the second. So
That is
I
true.
mean, there was no like high expectations for the second movie to be as good as the first. But with the Oscar nominations coming out, the Razzie Awards nominations also came out. So the Razzies are the worst
Mm-hmm.
actors, worst movies, and all that. So actually, Michelle Yeoh got nominated for Worst Actress, but not for Wicked for Good. It was for Star Trek Section 31. Um,
Oh,
so
they do
actually,
TV shows, I guess.
Brutal.
I guess. But yeah,
Jeez.
if you look at the worst, the Razzie Awards nominations, it's a lot of repeats on here. Disney's Snow White is on here for Worst Picture. And actually, where else? Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is on here. Oh, it's for Worst Remake ripoff. That's funny. But yeah, just look at it. Oh my god, Worst Actor, Jared Leto, Tron Ares. That's hilarious.
Valid.
Yeah. I mean, look at it. You'll get a kick out of it, but
Okay, I want to say I don't think Jared Leto was that bad. Was he bad? No.
no, just no one likes him. And now he's playing
Worst Picture, War
Skeletor.
of the Worlds, the Ice Cube one. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So
well
it's funny.
deserved.
This is
Ugh.
off the track here, but like the He-Man trailer came out, right? And everyone was like,
Whoa,
"Oh,
wait!
are we gonna talk about
That's
Whole
it?"
the
other
next.
story, Steph.
Whoa, I didn't know it was on our list. Okay.
Yes, it is. Okay,
Oh,
you
I
know
didn't
what?
know.
Let's just move on to that
What
story.
list? What
then.
list? This is all
What
totally
list?
organic. This is all
Yeah.
totally organic, and
Off
we
the
don't
top
plan
of our
any of this.
heads
Oh my
here.
god. Let's just move on to that story Go ahead, Steph. Master of the Universe trailer came out last week. What did you think of it, Steph?
It looks pretty good. I'm excited for it. I don't know much about He-Man and Masters of the Universe, but compared to like the first movie that they did, like I don't know how many years ago, this looks pretty dang good. Now back to what I was saying before. Skeletor, everyone loved how he looked in the trailer. I thought he looked phenomenal as well. And then people were like, "Oh, it's Jared Leto." I'm like, "Oh yeah, we got a great Skeletor." Fuck, it's Jared Leto. Why is he in
Listen.
everything? Just
He
at
looks
least we don't see his face.
Hold on, let me pull up the pic. Let me pull up the pic for the viewers. But Derek, what were you gonna say?
so Jared Leto as Skeletor looks good, right? Because we don't see his face, we see a very well done Skeletor design. Okay. But I have a feeling that they are going to fucking show his face somehow, and they're gonna make it. They're gonna find a way to show his face. They're gonna give us a flashback. They're gonna do something. That, God forbid, they do some sort of like nanotech style mask like the MCU, and you know, I don't know. I have a feeling they're gonna fucking show Jared Leto's face as Skeletor for some goddamn reason, and it's gonna ruin it because I can maybe deal with just his voice. Especially because they'll probably make it sound more like Skeletor, ha ha ha. You know, like they'll do something, I think, to his voice, so it might be bearable. But if they show his face, it ruins it completely. So we'll see. We'll see.
So here's the thing about He-Man. Here's the thing. No one gives a fuck about He-Man.
Yeah.
Even if you think you do, you don't give a
Yeah.
fuck about He-Man. And the only people that do give a fuck about He-Man are Gen Xers.
Yeah,
I think
older.
we need to
Yeah.
be honest with ourselves. No one cares about in the modern, like, no one gives a fuck about He-Man. That being said, I think it is ripe for reinterpretation, maybe a reimagining, or just a reintroduction into pop culture, right? I believe the last
Yeah.
He-Man thing, Kevin Smith did a Netflix show about He-Man a couple years back, and it was
Yeah.
critically panned. So there it is, but
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think Jared Leto can ruin something that's already at rock bottom. Not that in terms of quality,
Yeah.
in terms of like
Yeah.
it can
Relevance.
only go up from here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
you're right. You're
yeah.
right. But I will argue that they are definitely reimagining He-Man with woke. Did you see
Oh,
his
Oh.
office name
He,
tag?
him.
It said he, him. How dare Hollywood push this agenda on our beloved He-Man?
I love that they say
Oh
that
my
when he's
God.
literally called He-Man.
He-Man.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
literally
It was-
pronoun man.
Yeah. They're literally baiting these people. They're literally
Yeah.
baiting these fucking weirdos into like being mad about stuff, and they're falling for it because that's how dumb they are.
Yeah.
I loved it. I saw it right away, and I was like, "Oh, haha," you know, like okay, nice.
I will say, I don't think this movie would look as good or even exist without the Dungeons and Dragons movie that came out a couple years ago.
Oh,
It
yeah.
feels though they are following in the exact same tonal footsteps as
Yeah.
the Dungeons and Dragons movie. Like it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it gave it a good template. You know how like there's some things where it's like it's just X means X. Like for the longest time, people would be like, "Oh, this is just the Game of Thrones version of this," or like it's like Stranger Things, but this. You know, I think Dungeons and Dragons is kind of like in that alleyway now. And that being said, it looks pretty good. The kid that they got to play He-Man looks strong. He has abs and strong, like the outfit looks like the original He-Man. So far, so good. I really want to see Allison Brie because apparently Allison Brie is in this movie.
Oh my God.
What?
I
You know
just-
Allison Brie?
No, I don't. I wish I knew someone like that. But
Okay.
that just reminded me of the God of War casting.
God of War cat. Oh, did we not talk about God of War?
No.
All right, you know
No,
what?
that
Steph,
was-
go ahead and introduce that
It
story.
was right after
Right.
that week's recording.
So I actually got to look up the I'm sorry, I got to look up the name
Oh my
Real quick
God.
on He-Man, I will say that the movie does look like what the first Thor movie should have been. But
What?
maybe it
I
was
think
just
we
too.
got that.
No, not at all. We
What?
got like the first Thor movie was very much like he is Thor. Like they changed the idea of like like the Donald Blakeness of it all, right? It was just like a little Easter egg. It wasn't like
Right.
an alter ego or anything like that. But I think the first Thor movie, while it wasn't terrible, would have been better received if it was something more like what this He-Man movie looks like it's gonna be. So I like that.
I don't know
I
if
like
I
that.
agree. I don't
Yeah.
know. I
Maybe
feel
not back
like
then.
I, no one gives a fuck about Donald Blake either.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Let's be
I'm
real. Let's be honest with ourselves.
What do you mean? His umbrella cane? Or sorry, no, umbrella is
Exactly. Like we can
eh.
reimagine a couple things, but that's beside the point. Steph, did you find what you were looking for?
Yes, I did.
Okay, go ahead.
So, for anyone that has played the God of War series games out there, they are now creating a TV show based off of not the original games, but the two new games that came out. So God of War and then God of War Ragnarok. And they casted their Kratos, and he's going to be played by Ryan Hurst. I believe so. It shows here there's 3 castings for official castings on IMDb, at least for this show. So we have Ryan Hurst as Kratos, Max Parker as Heimdall, and Teresa Palmer as Sif. I thought there was another one as well. I'm not sure if they casted anyone else on it, but everyone is very happy about the Kratos casting, especially the voice actor for Kratos in the games. He's super excited for him, very happy for him. And looking at his picture, I've not really seen any stuff that he's in, but looking at his picture,
What? You
I
haven't
know.
seen Sons of Anarchy?
I'm
That-
not.
See, it's pretty good,
Listen,
but go ahead.
do you see how old I am here? But he looks phenomenal. And I think he's gonna do a great job. I think they casted very well here. I wonder
Here's the
who's gonna
thing.
play the boy.
The boy. Here's the thing. This is bullshit.
What?
This is another example of woke Hollywood race spending characters. Listen, listen. I know that this may be deceiving, but Kratos is a man of color. He is. He is. How dare Hollywood
Wait.
make him a white man?
They
How
whitewashed them.
They whitewashed Kratos. Are you kidding me? This is bullshit. This is bullshit. Why isn't the internet? Why isn't everyone who is mad about every single redhead color being redhead person being changed to a person color also mad at this? Where are they, huh?
I have to point something out here, and
Look at them.
I don't know if it's
How
gonna be
dare
like,
they?
but let me point
How
something out
dare
here.
they? Look at this bullshit.
So, you know how in the original games,
Mm.
the Kratos, he got like the ashes of his dead family like on him. That's why he's so like pale, whatever. I don't know if that would work for the person of color.
Would it?
Hold
Would it
on.
be whiteface? Huh?
No. It'd be like you can't
It'd be
really be
literally
like
whitewashing.
no. It'd be like you can't make a black man ashy.
Oh my god!
Listen, I didn't say
Stefania
Kratos was
somehow
black.
made it more
I'm just
racist.
saying he's a man of color. Listen, hear me out. Listen,
That was a
hear me
different kind of
out.
racism she's talking
No,
about.
you can't use the word ashy.
Wait.
You know what, Steph? Get out of here.
Hang on. Wait, because the people that would joke about it, I'm not joking about it, but the people that would joke about it, it would not look good. But I also would not have minded if a black man played Kratos.
True. I'm
I'm thinking of like
just
the reactions of people of what
Yeah.
it would not be good. I don't think it
Listen.
would have been great.
A
I would've-
black man
I
has
would've
already
cast-
played Kratos.
I
The
know.
original actor, I don't know if he's black, but he's not white.
Yeah, Christopher Judge is black. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Is he
original
black?
game,
I didn't know if he like was Hawaiian or something. Okay, hold on.
No, the
Oh, I see
original
what you
game
mean.
as well. Wasn't it a black man that voiced him? I
Actually,
don't know. The other
yes.
cast.
Christopher Judge. Yeah, Christopher Judge. And then TC Carson. Oh wait, TC Carson, he was in Living Single. Yes, they whitewashed Kratos. What the hell? You know what? Fuck this. I'm not watching this show.
Wait, hold on. Is it whitewashing if the character in the game was already white, but the voice actor is black?
No. Okay, hold on. Guys, everybody listening, Stefania included,
Oh, gosh.
Justin is being semi-serious here. The character
Yeah.
was always white. Yeah, the character himself was always white. The
Yeah.
voice actors have been black, both of
Yeah.
them.
Yes.
So it's not technically whitewashing, but
Listen, wait a minute. Kratos is Greek, right?
Yeah.
Is Greek
Greek
No.
is
are
European.
Greek people of color or the European?
No.
Steph, you're the only one that can answer
Greek
this
is
question.
Greek is like the cousins of Italians.
Oh,
let's
so
call it
super
that.
white.
Sure.
it
Although if you go
depends.
to- although
It
if you
depends
go to
what
stu-
year we're in. In
if you go to-
2026.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
But-
I think we're just all canceled at this point.
Not me. I didn't say shit. I didn't say fucking shit.
Justin and I just being the racist ones here.
See,
Justin.
this is why Derek kicked us off the podcast.
Justin, I have a question.
Yes.
Can I get ashy?
Listen. Anyone,
Because I
can
have
be
it. I have a
Anyone
little
can.
bit sometimes. I get ashy, right?
You can be ashy.
So, like-
I would say you would get crusty. Crusty is a state of mind.
Okay.
So therefore, anyone can be crusty.
That's true. But I'm not. As long as I'm not unwashed, it's fine.
Oh, wait. Speaking of being ashy and unwashed, the trailer for Supergirl came out showing the new look at Lobo featuring Jason
Yes.
Momoa.
That was a good one.
That's a good.
See,
that's a good one.
See,
I'm proud of
let
you.
me pull up the image for the people who are watching us on YouTube. By the way, follow us on YouTube and Spotify and all the good jazz. But the images for Lobo came out. I have my thoughts. Derek, is this a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
It's a thumbs medium for me right now because I think Jason Momoa is a victim of his own success when it comes to Lobo, which is ironic because he really likes the character. Like, good for him. I'm happy for him. But I can't see anything other than just Jason Momoa in this photo.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I have a whole rant on this, but Steph, what do you think?
I think it's a great casting. I mean, he manifested this for himself. He said like 10 years ago that he wanted to play Lobo, and now he's playing Lobo. I mean, obviously, you can't make him not look like Jason Momoa.
Right.
Sometimes there's castings where it's like they just found the perfect person to play them, and they don't have to do much like makeup or work, whatever. It's like they look exactly like the character. That's all natural Jason Momoa. There are no makeup done, no, special effects, whatever.
It's a personality thing too, because
Yeah.
you see like Henry Cavill and you're like, okay, that's Superman. But
Mhm.
Henry Cavill's personality is so much more reserved and calm and not as spicy as like a Jason Momoa.
Right.
So you see him playing himself, which is, to be fair, there's a lot of overlap with a character like Lobo.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me at least to separate it and just see Lobo and not also Jason Momoa.
I think you just got to see it in action, and
Right.
then you'll have like a
Mhm.
final opinion of it.
This is not hidden. This is not hidden for me.
Damn.
Okay, here's the thing. Jason Momoa, if you're listening, and I say this with the utmost love in my heart and with zero malice. you gotta learn to have some range, my guy. We can't keep doing this. We truly cannot keep doing this because I remember when Jason Momoa was cast as Aquaman, and I was like, that's a really dumb idea. And I will say on record, once I saw him in Justice League, I was like, Zack Snyder, I see your vision, and it worked out beautifully. He played a character, not his usual type of character. And ever since then, the character of Aquaman has just been like, I don't know, like melted into Jason Momoa to its own detriment. Jason Momoa, we have to have some range. We can't keep you can't just keep playing the same character over and over and over again. And when I look at this photo, I think I posted on Threads, what Lobo needs is full commitment. The full commitment of a drag queen. And I mean that as a compliment with sincerity, because when you see a drag queen, they commit 100% to the look, to the persona. Jason Momoa shouldn't be a good Lobo because he's already Lobo. He should be a good Lobo because he needs to act like a alien, like asshole, like Lobo. Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That being said, like Jason Momoa is gonna lazy his way into this being a bad performance because he thinks he can. I don't have to do anything, but no,
Mhm.
Jason, you really have to do something. And everything from the makeup to this, it seems lazy to me. You know what I mean? Like I don't know I can't articulate the exact, I guess, aspects of makeup and costuming and stuff like that because honestly, I'm not a costume designer. I'm not a makeup artist. But when I look at that, it looks like he has makeup on his face and not his textured alien skin. Does that make sense? And so
Yeah.
it almost makes sense why they're trying to like obfuscate it or hide it a little bit, you know what I mean? Because it's just not hitting the way it needs to. You know what I mean? Jason Momoa has been talking about like, you know what, I don't like working out. I don't like going to the gym. And you know what? Do whatever you want with your body, Jason Momoa, truly, and I mean that. But also, Lobo needs to be ripped. He has to be. You know what I mean? The same way I said on a couple podcasts ago, Maui has got to be fat. He's got to be fat. So Rock, eat some strawberry shortcake. Don't hit the gym. Hit the fridge. Because Maui has got to be fat. He does. You don't look at me and tell me I'm wrong.
Wait, no, that's like that should be a new saying. Don't hit the gym, hit the fridge.
Hit the fridge. Hit the fridge. Commit to the role, Rock.
Yep.
Dwayne.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's
Yep.
I get it. I get it. Like, especially because I don't know if you heard, like, The Rock has been trying to slim down because
Mhm.
word on the street is that he's been so ripped for so long because he's been using steroids like gear, and it really hurts your heart when you're on it that long. So he kind of has to
Mhm.
slim down a little bit, and that's okay. Worry about your health, Mr. Johnson. But at the same time, eat some carbs so you can look like Maui. Maui has got to be fat. Jason Momoa, Lobo has got to be ripped. I'm so sorry. Like
Yeah.
you have to do some work for this to work. You know what I'm saying? Does
Yeah.
that make any sense? Am I making
Yeah.
sense?
It makes total sense. It was also what struck me from that reveal too is that it was cut a little weird. The way that and it was for like half a second. Like it was I don't know. I just think that they didn't reveal him the right way. And maybe they started releasing all this stuff a couple months too early, start giving it to us in April maybe, and then just don't give us Lobo at all, other than what we got in the first trailer, which was like a glimpse of his silhouette. There was a movie recently, which one was it? That it came out and the trailer, I was talking about it the other day with somebody, I forgot. The trailer didn't reveal anything. So when you get into the movie, you're like, oh, this is like, holy shit. I like you truly get to go in blind. I think more movies need to start doing that, regardless of genre, but more so these big superhero movies where you get the idea of what's going on in Supergirl already. You already know Lobo's in it. We just saw what he was like. The Avengers Doomsday stuff, for example, we haven't seen too much just yet because it's a little bit further out. in the year when it comes out, but you know damn well that in a couple months we're gonna know the whole fucking plot to Doomsday, and
Mhm.
we're gonna probably see Doctor Doom before the movie actually comes out. Like that's just part of where these studios have fallen in the marketing aspect of it all, and I think we need to vocally give that feedback and say like, stop doing this shit. Let us have some mystery. Save some of this stuff for the actual movie. Adapt your marketing. Adapt your trailers for that.
Speaking of adapting trailers, a new Star Wars trailer came out last week, specifically highlighting a new Darth Maul TV show, Darth Maul Shadow Lord. Steph, is this a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I think this is a thumbs up. But also maybe like a thumbs not all the way up, maybe like 3/4 of the way. Because one, I don't know when this is supposed to take place, but it's by the creators of the Clone Wars. So I saw the trailer right before the show. It looks good. I enjoy Darth Maul as a complicated character, a misunderstood character sometimes, I guess. Um, so I'm excited to see this show, and the music sounded great. I'm just kind of excited. I'm getting on the board to being excited for future Star Wars projects, especially with Kathleen Kennedy stepping down.
Oh
I think
yeah,
we're
we didn't
heading
get to talk about that last week because we were
yeah.
gone.
I think we're heading in a pretty good direction with it. I guess it was about time that she's, stepped down. But it looks like a good trailer. So I'm excited to see it. I just want to know when it takes place because I'm confused about the timeline now.
I'm pretty sure it takes place after the final season of Clone Wars and before Solo Star Wars story. Because this is exploring the time how Darth Maul became a criminal overlord, and then we see him in Solo the Star Wars story. And then after
Mhm.
that, it's Rebels, and
Mhm.
then he meets Obi-Wan and dies for the final time. Correct me
Mhm.
if I'm wrong, Chad, but we'll know when we see it. Derek, is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
It's a thumbs medium. I think we've got to stop milking the shit out of the Skywalker saga. Like we've got to stop just like, oh, what else can we do? And this, if they have to do it, okay, at least it's Darth Maul. It's that one character that everybody universally kind of wants more of. Um, but man, like we saw this guy die already in what was it, Rebels, right? We saw him die in Rebels. Um,
He died in Rebels for real, for
yeah,
real.
yeah. So it's like, why are we still going back to this? It's kind of what is it, indicative of the same exact issue that they've been having. Star Wars has been having for the past 10 years or so, where they keep going back to this original trilogy, prequel trilogy era. But it's one of the few things that have actually worked, which is the character of Darth Maul. Um, so I guess it's coming out. There's nothing we can really do about it. It looks like it's going to be decent enough, so that's a good thing. But I hope it's just one of these things where let's wrap it up. This is the end cap to the character, and let's flesh him out a little bit, whatever. Now let's start moving on to this other stuff in this new era of Star Wars where we're going to start seeing other parts of this huge galaxy that we've really only dealt with like what, 20 characters in, like give me some other stuff here.
Uh, Chat, we're cooked. We're fucked. We're
Yeah.
fucked. We're fucked. As Star Wars fan, okay, here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. This is created by Dave Filoni, a man who just recently came out to say, you know what? I didn't like Andor. You mean the best Star Wars thing in the last decade? Because Dave Filoni doesn't like making new original stories. And I say this with all the love in my heart, but Dave Filoni likes to navel gaze. And what I mean by that is whenever he makes a new Star Wars project, it he makes Star Wars about Star Wars. It's always about itself. It's like it closes the loop in a weird way that it makes it inaccessible to new people as a
Hmm.
jumping on point. Yeah,
Yep.
like like that being said, some things could be helped by that. Like if there's any one Dave Filoni has been doing prequel rehab for the
Yep.
last 26 years. Prequel rehab, rehashing and explaining away, putting band-aids on the plot holes, spackling up all the
Yeah.
things to now in 2026. You think the era, the prequel era, that wasn't that bad. That's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It took us 20 years. We've been doing this for 20 years with the Clone Wars again, the Bad Batch, the Rebels, and things like that. Like, bro, if anyone needs the rehab, it's the sequel trilogy. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, do we need I hate saying, do we need this art, you know what I mean, as a way to like justify it? Because I don't think that's a fair justification, if I'm being honest with you. But here's what's gonna happen. Maul is gonna end up in the same place as we always thought. And like, this is not passing the mom test. My
Right.
mom is not watching Maul Shadow Lord. It's true. She didn't even want to watch Andor. You know, like
Yeah.
it's not happening. It's not.
Yeah,
And
like imagine watching. To be fair, I think you can jump in to something into the universe like through something like Mando.
yeah.
But the problem with
Oh,
Mando is that once you get to season 3, you're like, oh, all right, never mind. Because it's just it because again, I think it's what you're saying. If there's nothing to kind of build off related to the previous, sequel, what is it, the prequels?
mhm.
There's not much, right? And then that's where season 3 of Mando starts to get a little bit kind of off the rails here. Same thing with like Ahsoka, right? Imagine jumping into
Oh
Star Wars through
God.
Ahsoka. You would be like, this is what everybody's hype. Yeah, and I like Ahsoka. I like the show. But as a jumping off point, Andor's a solid jumping off point, but you've got to like that kind of thriller, suspense, spy, drama genre. But it's not because it plugs you in straight into the prequels or is trying to do some prequel rehab or anything like that. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it's the fact that Dave Filoni is George Lucas's Padawan, so to speak, right? It was his real life apprentice, protege, is
Right.
not a bad thing necessarily, but it is a bad thing when everything comes via George Lucas's last original contribution to the franchise, which was the prequels, and the Clone Wars. So yeah, I think that's where we're at right now, where I think it could be worse. We could have, we
That's
could have
not
somebody else
good. It
that's
could be
not a
worse. It's
fan of
not
the
a
franchise,
good thing.
but we'll see.
It is what it is at this point. It's like, well,
Yeah.
all right, man. I think some Star Wars fans are really gonna enjoy this, and I'm so happy that they will enjoy this. I'm not even gonna say it's bad. I'm just saying, like, all right, let's do this for the umpteenth time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering because we do have new Rey movies coming out, right?
ooh.
But
I don't think we're getting a Rey movie. I don't think we
no,
are.
you don't think that's gonna happen?
I think they
Not
were.
like a Rey movie, but a new Star Wars movie starring with Rey as like the forefront.
Here's my guess. Here's what's gonna happen. This is literally based on bullshit. I'm just making shit up. But actually, I'm not making this shit up because I'm old enough to remember that a couple things happened when Bob Iger bought Star Wars. Bob Iger bought Star Wars, and the first couple things that he did that he wanted was like, I want a new trilogy, number one, right? I want to make a Yoda movie, and I want to make a Boba Fett movie, right? And the Yoda movie and the Boba Fett movie morphed into the Mandalorian, right? And so I think what's going to happen is that Rey Skywalker, the Rey of the Jedi Order, is going to be like, we want to make a Rey movie, right? And it'll be whittled down until about maybe 5 years from now. It's going to be a TV show on Disney Plus.
You were saying whittled, and I thought you were trying to say like whittle Yoda.
No.
And
like shave off the ideas. You
yeah,
know what
no,
I mean?
I got it. I just thought you were. I thought that's where you were. Because that's
I
essentially
think
what
that's
we
what's gonna
got.
happen. I think
Yeah.
it'll end up as the Rey and the Jedi Order TV show, and with Dave Filoni at the helm, it's probably going to be animated. I bet you it's gonna be animated, right? And then Rey will meet with Ahsoka, and then they'll be like, "Turns out Ahsoka was there the whole time," or whatever.
Oh
Some
God.
bullshit.
Yeah, and Ahsoka season 3, it'll just be like her in the background.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guarantee it. I guarantee it. But that's a whole other podcast. Like, it is what it is. But now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, Am I the Asshole? Where I read them an assholish story off of Reddit, and the host of the show determine if this person is an asshole or not. Are you guys ready? Oh, Steph
Yes.
is not ready. She's yawning. She's bored.
I had like
Sheesh.
4 hours of sleep last night. Woke
Oh.
up at 5:30, got up at 6:30, ate breakfast, went back to bed, back to sleep. Woke up at 9:30, got up, got changed, did the snow outside, came back in.
Wow, hard worker. Okay.
I'm very
A
sleepy.
single mom who works 2 jobs.
Loves the keys and never stops.
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right.
Her kids are the dogs, though.
Here it is. Would I be the asshole if I asked my daughter's preschool teacher not to put extra clothes that I sent for her on other students?
Wait, what is the context of this?
Would I be the asshole if I asked my daughter's preschool teacher not to put the extra clothes that I sent for her on other students?
I would say no.
No.
You know,
What?
you're not the most generous, altruistic person, but you know, it's your kid, it's their stuff. You know, so no, I don't think so.
I'm just confused of why there would be clothes sent to the school, but we'll find out. So I'm going to say no.
Okay.
You send kids to preschool with extra clothes because they shit themselves, throw up on themselves.
I wouldn't know. I didn't go to preschool.
Wait, what?
I didn't go to preschool.
Wait, what? What do you
I-
mean you didn't go to preschool?
I did-
Did you not graduate? Did you drop out of preschool? Wait, what the fuck is that?
Preschool's not required, so I didn't go to preschool.
What do you mean it's not required? Yes,
It's not required. No, it's not. Kindergarten is, yeah, but not
Yeah.
preschool.
Yeah, pre-K is not required. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I have too many questions, but we have to keep it moving. All right, here's the story. So my daughter started school last Wednesday, and the teacher asked us to send pull-ups, wipes, and a change of clothes for her. I sent quite a few pull-ups and a brand new pack of wipes and an outfit as requested. Only the bottoms for her outfit came back, and I saw another student from her class wearing her shirt when I went to pick her up. Now, I don't mind if the teacher needs to use some of my daughter's pull-ups for the other kids, or even some of her wipes. I'll send extra of those things if needed, because I understand what it's like to be the parent that can't provide that. However, when it comes to her clothes, I'm not okay with sharing. For starters, if they get sent home on a kid, like the shirt did, then there's a chance that the school won't get it back. And clothes are really expensive, and I can't afford to replace them like that. It all pretty much boils down to the fact that my daughter doesn't really have that many clothes to begin with, so I can't really afford them to get ruined, or for them not to get sent back. So I'm just curious if it would make me the asshole if I talk to her teacher the next day that she goes to school and tell her that I'm not comfortable with her using her clothes for other children. Would I be the asshole?
No.
No. Is there an update on this one? Because this is pretty
Yeah.
straightforward.
Yeah, pretty
Really? This is straightforward?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is no. Yeah, no.
This is too easy,
is
Justin.
upvoted over 4,000 times, and it was just posted 8 hours ago.
It was upvoted 4,000 times.
Yes, it's the hottest story on Reddit right now.
Okay.
And
What,
yet
do
it's
people view her?
straightforward for you guys? Are you killing?
Yeah,
Are
what
you
are the
kidding me?
What are the comments saying?
Okay, let me read the comments. This is so inappropriate. If the child had no clothes and the school has no backup clothes, then they phone the parent. They definitely shouldn't take another kid's clothes. What would happen if they gave her clothes away and she had an accident and needed them?
There you
Yeah.
go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I would have said no assholes here.
Nope, you're wrong. You'd
It's
be
because
wrong.
you went to preschool, Justin.
I went to preschool.
Listen. I say no
In Ohio.
assholes here because I understand. Don't put the kid's clothes on another kid, but also I feel for perhaps the other parent didn't have enough money, or maybe we can like schedule a play date to get the shirt back or something. You know what I mean? Like something. I feel for the other kid, and if I knew this was happening, I would just send another like a blank shirt just in case, and tell my
Fucking
kid like, hey, you know what I mean? Like something from like a cheap
Yeah, but you have the
Fruit of the
privilege of
Loom
being able
packet
to have
shirts.
extra clothes. That's the difference.
How about the school does like a fundraiser thing for extra clothes they keep at the school
Hold
for
on, hold
kids
on.
just
You
in
know
case
what
they
you
need
guys
them?
sound like? You guys sound like Republicans. It
No.
wasn't my responsibility to pay for other kids' things.
I just told you you were privileged. I just told you you were privileged enough to have. That's
I'm
woke, baby.
not privileged. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, if I knew this was happening, I would see. I'm not in this scenario now. I'm just saying, if I knew this was happening, I would go out of my way, like in my current financial situation, just to have an extra shirt for this case, just to help a kid out, because it's not the
Yeah,
kid's
yeah.
fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. I think it's more of like a let's get down to the bottom of what's going on here. Was this an accident? Was it on purpose? Either way, I need my clothes back because I'm also in the shit, and I need, I'm fighting for my life, trying to keep my clothes, my child clothed. So what happened here? And then yeah, if that other person needs help, then that's a different story for sure.
Hey, and like I said, nothing wrong with doing donations to the school to have extra clothes on hand for kids that may need them.
Yep.
Oh my gosh!
It's free if kids grow out of clothes. And they could
Damn.
donate them.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I have a harder one just in case, since
Okay.
we're all on the same page.
Okay.
But here's a hard one. Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law to get over herself and stop trying to one-up us?
No.
Probably not.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys are so quick to judge. But
In-laws, man. I don't have a problem with in-laws, but sometimes
here's the story,
people
right?
do.
Throwaway account. My 29 male wife, 27 female, and her sister, 30 female, got pregnant around the same time. The babies are the first of a new generation on their side of the family, so everyone was excited. Sister-in-law was further along, but my wife ended up giving birth on week 32. Plus, she had some complications that made her hospitalized. My nephew was born 2 weeks later at full term. Apparently, sister-in-law was resenting having her thunder stolen and felt like she and her new baby weren't getting enough attention. She keeps making these comments like she's trying to one-up us. First, she was saying how sorry she was that my wife missed the golden hour because they had to take our son to the NICU. This upset my wife during her hospitalization, and she was often too sick to visit the NICU, and she was already feeling crappy about missing skin to skin on those first few weeks. After we started to bring our son to family gatherings, sister-in-law started comparing the boys, saying how much bigger and more alert her son looks like compared to ours and how he hit more milestones. Last week, we had lunch at my in-laws, and my wife and I were excited to tell everyone that our son laughed for the first time earlier that day. He's 5.5 months old, 3.5 corrected. Mother-in-law and father-in-law were having a good time watching the video when sister-in-law made another comment about how her son did that a month ago. I don't know why, but that was the last straw. I just about had it. I told sister-in-law that she's pathetic for trying to one-up a freaking baby, and that her full-term son wasn't special for being more developed than a preemie, that she should get the fuck over it and not give or for over not giving birth to the first grandberry. grandbaby. Needless to say, this ruined lunch and my wife's family is pissed. I admit I was harsh with my words and tone, and this was the first time I confronted her family like this. Up until now, we'd each handle our own relatives, but these comments upset my wife and pissed me off. So am I the asshole for being so harsh and not staying in my lane?
No. I'm proud of you for standing up for your child.
Oh
Because you know what
my
that woman's gonna become in the
gosh.
future? She's gonna become that, like, sport parent who's gonna be at the practices watching with the other parents, like, "Look at my kid go. Look at him go. He's gonna be the best on the team. He's gonna be in NFL. He's gonna be in the NHL. He's gonna be in NBA, blah, 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 blah. He's this, he's this, he's that." And she's gonna get bitch slapped so hard one day.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
sometimes.
saw videos of, like, parent fights happening at, like, kids' practice games. And it's crazy. They go at it. They're always like, "My kid's
Sometimes,
best. My kid's the best. Blah blah blah. Shut the fuck
What?
up."
Derek, what do
Yeah,
you
some
think? What?
they're pick me
yeah,
parents.
sometimes you
Pick me
just gotta tell.
parents.
Yeah, no, she's right. Sometimes
Yeah,
you just gotta tell people to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's it.
yeah.
Like, and
What
it's
is
not
happening?
necessarily. They don't necessarily realize that they're being mean or insensitive or whatever, but they still are, and they need to be made aware of it. And it is what it is, right? To me, it sounds like those grandparents don't have the awareness, or if they do, they don't care enough to just say like, "Hey, sister-in-law, chill, bro. Like, this is a baby. We're not talking about your baby right now. Like, just stop. Like, this is a premature baby. Like, you keep bringing this up. Like you don't need to do that. We love them both. Yada yada yada. Whatever.
Dang, y'all
That
are
needs to happen in some way or
confrontational.
another. Yeah.
Dang. I think he's the asshole. That
Well,
was
Of course
I
you
feel like
do.
this feels
oh,
like an outsized response. I feel like this guy's an asshole. Like, chill, bro. Like, it's not that
no,
deep. I
because
don't think it's
it's
that deep.
also annoying. What be what makes him not the asshole is that it's a direct comparison every single time the baby comes up. Oh, my baby did this. Oh, well, my baby did that a month ago. Oh, well, my baby this. Oh, well, my baby. Like, bro, okay. I'm not like, have you never had a conversation with another human ever in your life? Like, this is not how conversations work. Okay? So you're either doing this on purpose, or I need to make you aware so that you stop doing it.
Hmm.
So,
Dang.
Maybe it's because she wasn't loved enough as a child, so now she's
Oh,
got to be like that for her
yeah.
kid.
Yeah, maybe.
dang.
Maybe.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right,
Grandparents are the
then.
assholes too. Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Dang. Oh,
That
what?
whole side of the family, they assholes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Even
You
the
know
wife. The
what?
wife should be
Fuck
standing
the
up for her husband,
sister-in-law.
standing
Fuck
for
the
her kid.
grandparents.
Asshole. All of them.
Anyways, I think we
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
to let the viewers decide who's right. Because obviously I'm the odd one out. I need backup. I need backup from the comments and the followers. But anyways, if you want to let us know if we're being the asshole, you should follow us on all the socials on Blue Sky, Twitter, Threads, Instagram, and on TikTok if it's still working by next week. But anyways, we shall see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.